I live in the middle of Nigeria in a place called Unity Village. Don't let the name deceive you. Nothing about that village was unity, except the fear. Everybody was united in that one. At night, we slept with one eye open, one door locked, one padlock hanging for decoration, and one bucket placed behind the door to signal any visitor from the spirit world. We had gotten used to strange noises, gunshots from God knows where, motorcycles speeding by at 2 a.m., and Pastor Dogo's midnight prayers that sounded like a wrestling match with demons. Honestly, I believe those prayers were the only reason kidnappers had not turned our village into their headquarters. But the day everything scattered was the day someone kidnapped Chief's favorite goat, a fat stubborn goat named Maggi. The whole village entered commotion. Even me, someone who minds my business like it's a full-time job, had to attend the emergency meeting at Chief's compound. Chief Okafor, round, loud, and addicted to big grammar, sat like a disappointed principal. Beside him was Madam Titi Adeyemi, Yoruba woman with a gele so tall it could pick radio signals. And then there was Alhaji Musa, calm Hausa elder, with his prayer beads and eternal proverbs. The moment we gathered, Madam Titi raised her hand. "Chief," she said, "before we discuss security, where is the small rice and stew? Emergency meeting no mean emergency fasting." I almost exploded with laughter, but Alhaji Musa beat me to it. "Mama Titi, even in war, you are thinking of food?" She hissed. "My brother, better to die full than to fence empty." After 15 minutes of arguments and zero progress, the meeting finally started. Chief began in his usual grammar. "The security situation in this community is a systemic discombobulation." Madam Titi shouted, "Chief, speak like a human being, abeg." Alhaji added quietly, "If grammar can solve insecurity, Nigeria for done better." I sat there shaking my head. For the next 1 hour, all we did was pass blame. Blame government, blame youths, blame bad road, blame social media. Somebody even blamed the weather. Finally, we formed a security task force with people from the 3 tribes. That was when I brushed my mouth and said, "Since everybody is talking, me too, let me talk. I will volunteer as the neutral observer." I didn't know that statement would change my life. We appointed Malam Shafiu from the north, a man who claimed he could hear footsteps from 2 kilometers away. Baba Samson from the west, the man who once fought a thief with only a broom. Odogu from the east, who said his ancestors give him spiritual CCTV. When we gathered for the first patrol, we discovered one serious problem: no fuel. Nobody had fuel. Even the bandit had more fuel than us. Odogu grumbled, "Fuel is 1,200 per liter. How will we secure anything with empty tanks?" Baba Samson said, "Let's trek." Even kidnappers trek. Malam Shafiu shook his head. "Heat no go allow me. I cannot fence on duty." They argued for 1 hour. Nobody patrolled again, and I stood there wondering if I had made a terrible mistake joining this council of confusion. Then one midnight, the loudest scream in Unity Village woke everybody. "They have stolen our transformer. I ran outside confused. Transformer? As in the whole transformer? People gathered in the darkness like refugees. Generators choke. Phones died. Even the village church postponed morning devotion because the drummer said he couldn't drum without fan. Madam Titi shouted the loudest. Ah, these criminals are graduating, oh. They have left human beings and moved to appliances. At that moment, something inside me snapped. I called the three tribal leaders to meet again. No grammar, no shouting, no blame, just truth. I told them. If insecurity enters your house, it won't check tribe. It won't ask you if you are Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa. It will just finish you. So we better act like one before we become zero. For the first time, they all agreed. We called the youths, the hunters, the vigilantes, even the notorious WhatsApp Women Association, who always had information before CNN. Together we created night patrols teams, whistle alerts, rapid response group, community watch radio. Slowly, Unity Village began to change. Crime reduced. The nights became calmer. People slept better. And then something unbelievable happened. One quiet afternoon, I heard noise near the bush path. People rushed out, and there she was, Maggie, walking back majestically like a queen returning from exile. On her neck was a torn knot that read, "We return your goat. She is too stubborn. Even we cannot control her." I screamed with laughter. Madam Titi rolled on the ground. Alhaji Musa nearly swallowed his beads. Chief shouted, "Maggie is a national hero." And just like that, Maggie became our official mascot. I'm telling you, they even gave her a chieftaincy title. Her Royal Highness Maggie the Unshakable. So here am I today, Nkem Okeke, former Mind Your Business villagers, now the unexpected security advisor of Unity Village. And I learned one thing: insecurity does not know tribe, unity does. When people rise together, Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, when they choose to protect one another, to speak with one voice, to stand side by side, even the strongest chaos will run away. Just like the kidnappers ran away from Maggie. And that, my friend, is the true definition of security.